Hey everyone, today is Labor Day. Hope you're having a great holiday. Hope you're enjoying the long weekend. Hope you are off and not working today. Today we're going to talk all about the best time to book a cruise. Let's go. Hey everyone, John here from Byte Size Cruises. Welcome to our channel. If you're new, thanks so much for coming to check us out. We're just a travel agency trying to give you the best information possible about cruising so that you can book and go on an amazing cruise vacation. Today we are talking all about the best times to book a cruise. So there's an old Japanese proverb that says, when is the best time to plant a tree? The answer is 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now. So this is a little bit about what we're going to talk about with booking a cruise. There's going to be a very short logical answer to the question, then there's going to be a longer kind of broken down answer to the question. So the shortest answer to the question is right now. Book as far out as humanly possible. So when initially when cruises are released, so if it's a new ship or a new itinerary, or just the next season, if they're releasing in a few weeks, Royal Caribbean and Celebrity are going to release their spring-summer 2026 sailings, so you'll be able to go in there and start to book those. That is the absolute best time to book those cruises. A lot of times what happens is the aggregators out there, such as Expedia, Dream Vacations, all the big agencies are going to buy up little groups of those ships, so they're going to grab some of the real estate and they're going to get the best possible prices because they're newly released. So they will hold on to those and they'll keep that group space, but we'll get back into that in a minute. But as you as an individual, whether you call a travel agent or whether you're booking on your own or you're booking through someone else, some cheapcruises.com, wherever you decide to book through, wouldn't recommend that, but wherever you book through, that is the best time when something initially comes out. Now, you may not know that something's coming out. You may not know that they're going to release new dates. This is why I think it's kind of important in any time to use a travel advisor. It doesn't cost you anything, but you could say, hey, I have people all the time that call me and say, hey, I'm looking for a Caribbean cruise in the summer of 2026. Do you have any recommendations? And I'll say, sure, here are a bunch, but there's going to be more coming out. I will keep an eye on it for you. If I see something interesting pop up, I'm going to let you know. So that's one way to do it, is call a travel advisor, tell them this is kind of what I'm looking for, and they will be able to get you those quick upfront offers. Next, there are some seasons where it does make sense to book a cruise. So one season where it makes sense to book a cruise is wave season. So generally speaking, that's January from March. It's when all the cruise lines open up their bookings for big sales, new itineraries, bunch of things. Now, again, it doesn't always happen January through March. It's just a big kind of sales season that they create, kind of like Black Friday or the Christmas season. So it's right after Christmas, right after you've kind of hopefully, or you're getting back on your feet, you're getting back into work, getting back into the rhythm, boom, you get hit with wave season. And that's the best time to book a cruise from the perspective of doing it, you know, as getting a good deal or getting a good sale. Doesn't always happen, and I kind of feel like that's kind of become the go-to for a lot of people, so there aren't as many sales during wave season, but there definitely are some deals to be had. Next up is there a good like day or week of the month to book a cruise? There's really not. There's no like cruise prices drop on Tuesday or anything like that. So if you book with any travel advisors, they're definitely going to have a day of the week or maybe a day of the month. It depends on how often they do it, where they're going to check their bookings to see if the price has dropped. We reprice our cruises every Tuesday, so we go through and we look to see if anything has dropped in there. We also get notifications. So we have software tools in place that will say, hey, this category has dropped, and then I can go in there and check it out. Sometimes it's, you know, $1 or $2, sometimes $50, $100. So that's what you really want to look for. So there's not really a good day or a good week of the month, but what I would recommend is doing some kind of price tracking. There are some kind of price track softwares out there that will keep an eye on it for you. Things like Shipmate, that's a good one that will do it if you want to do it on your own. Keep track of prices. Otherwise, you can go in there and kind of do some watch listings, some Google alerts, different things like that. But again, that's another good reason where it comes in handy to have a travel advisor handy so they can look up these things for you. And like I said, once you're booked with us, we check those every week until you make your final payment, because you're really not allowed to make changes after that. We have a little bit of wiggle room there if it's like a few days, but not much. One of the things we get asked about a lot are last minute deals. And I will say, as a general rule for the vast majority of the cruise lines, there are not last minute deals. They don't want to encourage the behavior of waiting until the end. It's a very different industry from that perspective. They're trying to fill these ships up. They don't want to wait until the last minute. So one of the big things with cruising is it's not really the cruise fare that the cruise companies make their money on. It's the onboard spending. It's the casino sales. It's when you're buying things. It's the specialty dining, the drink packages, all of those fun things. So they want you to book in advance to be able to book all these things and experience all these great things. So they're less likely to give you a last minute deal. That doesn't mean that they don't exist. I've heard of people looking a few weeks before the sailing and finding a good deal. My biggest concern with advocating for that is a lot of the times you're just going to miss out. Ships are going to be sold out. Right now, supply and demand is wild and prices are high. So really, as you get closer to the sailing, the prices are skyrocketing because there's less and less supply for the demand. So yes, occasionally you can find a last minute deal. I wouldn't recommend it, especially in the time that we're in right now with the prices. So I highly don't recommend that. The next thing you should know about when the good times to book your cruise is, again, early is always going to be better, but the general demand. So keep an eye out with whoever you're booking with or on your own of how that ship is selling. You can look into kind of, okay, is the price, you could see it week by week, day by day. Is the price slowly going up? You're going to know that the demand is high and supply is coming down. If you see it going down incrementally, you're going to know that the demand might be down a little bit, so they're going to start giving you better deals. So it's something, if you see a really good price drop, just book your cruise. You can always reprice it up until final payments. You can call and say, hey, I saw there's a price drop. If you find a good rate, and this kind of goes with everything, excursions, anything like that, book it. You can always cancel and rebook. You can always reprice and get a better deal. But if you don't book it here and it starts to go up, you don't really have any recourse. So again, the best thing to do is book as early as humanly possible so you get those good deals and you're ready to go. So the last thing that I will give you on when is a good time to book a cruise is there are variations. Call up some different travel agents, call up different companies, Dream, Expedia, there's millions of them. There's Hard Travel, there's MEI Travel, there's lots of us out there that do this type of thing. And just ask if they have any group space. Do you have any group space for Alaska in 2025? That may give you a better idea of a good deal instead of calling and saying, because I think sometimes, if you have a really good travel agent, they're going to be like, hey, I know you're looking for this ship or this date, which is great. Here's the price for that, but there's an awesome deal here. They may not. Somebody might be newer or not as nuanced in this. So if you say, I want to go on this ship this date, they're just going to sell you that ship that date. So ask if they have any group space in Alaska for 2025, 2026. Do you have any Caribbean sales or groups that are going out? Generally speaking, groups have a really good rate because the travel agent or the company grabs those little block of rooms early on and they get really good deals on those. Also, sometimes if you're in a group, you can get some more onboard credit or some more perks that are good and will help you drive down the cost of what you're looking for. These are just a few tips for when to book your cruise. Again, my default is always as early as possible and use a travel advisor. It doesn't cost you a penny and they will help you a ton. So there you go. If you enjoyed this video, we would love for you to like and subscribe to our channel. Come along with us on this journey. We put out a brand new video about cruising every single day. We also have a brand new channel called Byte Size Travels. We would love for you to go over there and subscribe to there as well. It doesn't cost anything. It really helps us out to get the message out to more people. That channel is going to be all about air travel, land travel, all the other things outside of cruising. So thanks again so much for watching. Again, hope you have a wonderful Labor Day. We will see everybody tomorrow. Happy cruising. Bye.